Jordan of Chessbrainz is back on the YouTube, and we are going to today's stream Chessbrainz Club Arena, which is a mixture of pawn warriors, night owls, and Rook Masters for the very first time in the history of Chessbrainz. And we have Pratik sir and Siddhant sir with us today, joining on the stream and taking the lead. I'll hand over the stage to them.
Hello everyone. Hi Abhishek, hi Pratik.
Hi. So,
We can quickly go through the games.
yeah.
We'll
So,
start.
okay, let's start with, let's say, first game, which has been given on the board. We'll quickly go through that. Yeah. So here we have our first game coming, where Arnav Dharma is playing against Samik Shantosh, and we have a Bleeds game. I would like to have your views on the position. So, Pratik sir, what do you think about this position?
Hey, hi Abhishek. Yeah, so we are in the middle game right now, and kids are very quick in making their moves, right? Because this is like a five plus zero game, right? So you have to be quick, but then you have to be aware that you should not make any random mistakes, right? So the position
Yes.
is fine. I can see materially both kids are doing fine, right?
Yes.
Correct. So Siddhant, what do you think? Like, how is the position going on?
Yeah, I mean now the black loses center pawn, yeah, and they both
Correct.
are playing pretty fast. I mean, okay, it's a 5 minute game, but again you have a lot of time. 5 minutes is equal to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So to finish off the game within a minute is not an ideal idea. So they both should think and play still. They have a lot of time because now, okay, again the black recaptures the pawn and B2C B2 B3 is bad.
Correct. So both the players are super quick. That is one thing that I'm observing right now. Yeah, but this would be fun, right? It's a fun tournament. It's a 1 hour
Yeah.
long tournament, and
Yes.
the winner is someone who will win the maximum number of games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can we go through more
yeah,
games
certainly.
now?
We can quickly go through other
So,
games as well.
yes. So, I'm getting a request from Saishri Dash. So, we are quickly going to
Sure.
go through their game and see how they have made out of the journey. So, Saishri Dash is playing from black and Adya Verma is going as white. So, what is your take on this position, Siddhant sir? How do you think this position going up?
So okay, I mean, okay, the rook is gone. There is no
Right.
way.
The queen has captured the b7 pawn.
Yeah, I mean,
So this
yeah, white is better
way to
definitely.
save the rook.
Okay, so in this position, I feel like black hasn't castled also, and white looks in a much better position. So I'm going to give an edge to white here completely.
Absolutely right. So I believe that we have an important topic in our curriculum, and the name of that topic is opening principles, wherein we guide kids, okay, to follow the opening principles, to activate the pieces, ensure that the king is safe, right? Right, because this is the most critical thing in chess. You have to ensure that your king stays safe, right? The king should never
Exactly.
be at the center of the board.
The king's safety, is one of the important measures. So let's go through some other requests that we are
Can you
getting.
just can you just okay, just this board? Can you just make it a big? Can you just click on the
Yeah,
board?
sure. Sure, sure. Just a second.
Because yeah,
So Samagra is playing from black and he's playing against Arav UK from white. I'm going to make this screen a bit zoom so you can see. Yeah,
yeah.
we are in.
Sure.
So can you just open the last game where Queen gave a check? Because Black was trying to mate, I mean, on G2. So the position where the Rook was lost.
We are getting a new request, so I think we should
Yeah,
give a
yeah,
chance to each and every kid.
Okay, sure,
okay,
definitely.
okay. So here, white just gave away the rook, right? Playing the rook on e2 and knight captured the rook.
Yes.
Correct. So it is important to understand the concept of safe squares, right? This is for everyone. You cannot place your pieces on a square that is already attacked by the opponent's piece.
Exactly.
If you can just
And
go
white,
one move back, Abhishek, and try to explain like what went wrong for white, so that the viewers can
okay.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
sure.
rook was played on e2. Yeah. So this is the
So
logic.
rook was played on an unsafe square, leaving it vulnerable to the knight's attack. Knight was able to quickly get the material advantage in the position of 5 points, whereas white was only able to get 3 points back. And then black found this thing that their queen is pinning the pawn to the rook, so they tried even exploiting the pin at this point. So
Correct.
if the
What
pawn
was the
takes
tactic?
pawn, then queen takes rook is coming with a tempo as a check on the king.
True. It's good to see that the participants, the players, they are trying to use the tactics that they are learning in the class, right?
And one thing I loved about the black in this position is that pieces are all active. If you see, their pieces are all set to come inside the game and give a good show to the white.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
black is a queen up, right? So it should be a simple win unless black blunders.
Yeah, Queen F3, very nice move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even if the knight is under attack, but you are counter attacking, and you want to give a finish final blow. So a good understanding.
Yeah. Brilliant play by Samagra.
Sure. We can go to the next request that we might have got.
Yes. We are getting a lot of requests. Now we are going to go into the parts game. So Parth is currently playing against Viraj. Parth is playing from the white pieces, and the game has already concluded. So the game here, the white has managed to win this position. And Parth has already completed the game. So we can head to a different game now.
Sure.
Meanwhile, we have almost 50 watching. Yeah, that's pretty good. Everyone,
That's
please like
just
this stream.
insane, and it's really good to see. Like there
Only
are
five.
parents who are like,
I
okay,
can only see 6 likes. Please like the stream, everyone. Those who are watching.
okay. So we are getting a request from the Manvik. So Manvik is playing as white, and Sanket is playing as black.
So one thing that I'm noticing here, Abhishek, is both the players, they are equal in strength, because if you see their leeches weighting, okay, one is 1647, another is 1683. So they have equal strength. So
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that this game would be interesting.
Yes. And currently they are in the opening phase, so nothing much can be given by us. These players are already well trained, so we'll come after a while, and till the time we can take a look to
Correct. Both the players
some
are
other
following
game.
the opening principles. Yeah. They are developing their pieces. They have ensured their king's safety by castling.
Okay. So now we are getting a request for Nithilin, and we are going to go through their game as well.
So we have 80 participants today, right, Abhishek?
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, the game has already concluded, and they're probably waiting for their next opponent.
Yeah.
Okay, we can take some other requests in the meantime. Now we have.
Let's go to the last.
Coming in.
Can we go to the last
Yes.
board as well after this? We'll go to the last board as well.
Sure. So there are like 80 participants competing all against one another. Which game would you like to take? Can you take a random name, please?
We can go to lower rated players, the one who have recently joined Chessbrainz and who are going to soon be champions. So we can go to their games as well, right?
Like this?
Yeah,
Any
600. Yeah, any game.
Yeah. Okay. So here, Shravan 317 is playing against Abhijit. Now Shravan is playing as white, and Abhijit is taking from the pieces of black. Okay. So Siddhant, what is your take on this particular position?
Okay, by okay, so it's Netherlands. Okay, now I got this position. Okay, so it's G-Call I can see, and both are castle long side, so it will be an interesting game, attacking game for sure.
Yeah, it's an
And
opposite side casting here. Yeah.
yeah, there are some ideas. I mean, but if you see, right now, white can attack much faster to the black king because white's king is very secured with both the knights. So when you castle, your pieces should be revolving around your king. Okay, that is number one. Okay, and then especially when you opposite side castle, the pawn storm, the first player to do the pawn storm eventually wins the game. So instead of c3, c4 would have been a really solid move. Okay, because now, okay, but maybe c3 idea would be b4 and a4. So let's see if before a4 comes into picture, we'll get to know. But yeah,
I'm
definitely
going to
white is
bring
slightly better.
Yeah, I'm going to bring one more point to the attention for now. White is ahead in the development, but the dark square bishop is badly blocked, and yeah, both look really solid for now.
Yeah, you can highlight it, Abhishek. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, white has a lot of pieces which are currently developed, and black is still finding the development for their minor pieces. So soon as they achieve the activity, their more pieces are going to be into the play on the board, and that will make a significant difference for the black as well. But I'm going to give a slight edge to the white here for this position.
So you know what I'm noticing in this position is the knight on c6 is pinned by the bishop. Right? You can highlight it. Very nice. So how to exploit this pin? The c6 knight cannot move because the bishop is pinning the knight. If the knight moves, the bishop will capture the queen. So what I would suggest in this case is play the knight on e5. When the knight jumps on e5, knight puts an additional pressure on the c6 knight.
Oh,
So
three piece.
is that a blunder?
Yeah, blunder.
Yes, it is a blunder. I would suggest that the kids should play slowly, and they should not be too quick in doing this. They should take their time, verify the square is safe, and then they should move their piece to an. Oh, white has played knight to g5 without noticing that they could have taken a free piece on the board.
Correct.
Okay, but that's still amazing. The kids might be at their early phase, so they might not be knowing all the topics. But I
Also
certainly
time
think,
pressure.
The time pressure, yeah, that's
yes,
quite evident.
that's really true.
Okay, we can shift to another game.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to go to another game. Okay, we are getting a
Okay.
lot of new requests. Now we are going to go in the Aryan's game. So Aryan is playing from the pieces of white against Rayansh, who is playing from the pieces of black.
Yeah. Can you open up
Pratik
the
sir,
game?
what is your take on this position?
Yeah, can you just open up the game?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay, so the first thing that I will notice is I will count the material advantage. Right, so I believe in this particular position, white is a pawn up. Correct, and now the black's knight is under attack, so obviously black has to move the knight. But white, I see a fantastic move for white. White should have played queen a4, right? Abhishek, can you just show queen a4 check?
Yeah.
White.
Wait. Yeah, white's queen a4 could have been better, creating a double attack. Exactly.
Correct. So what I'm noticing here is black's king is still at the center of the board. So black has not ensured the safety of his or her king. Right? So white should try to exploit this
Exactly.
opportunity. Okay. Try to attack the black's king by getting the rook on e1. So sooner or later, you have to get the rook on e1. But again, this is a good move because you're pinning the knight on c6.
Black has immediately unpinned, but
Yeah.
let's see how the game process after this.
Correct. Black should capture as possible, as early as possible.
But now white also has to be a little alert because there is knight into knight coming. So he has to take bishop and then bring rook on the e file so that, as planned, the king should be at the center. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, he took knight. This is bad because bishop takes with a tempo,
Oh,
attacking the queen. Oh,
so Siddhant, would you suggest pawn with a pawn capture, because I see a double pawns now, right? And we don't recommend creating double pawns.
correct. So this is the positional knowledge which we give in higher syllabus, where in advanced topics, when in intermediate topics, we usually make the child understand the real uh, positional knowledge. Yeah. So now here the double pawns are like they are free things which are going to drop it down. When pawns they are connected to each other, they are very powerful. But at the same pawn where they are isolated, it's very easy for your opponent to capture. Okay, and in the end game, it usually creates a problem, and eventually the pawn structure, which a player has better pawn structure, eventually wins the game. So that is the reason you should never capture or make your double pawn, and especially the isolated pawn, because now there is no pawn on b file and d file. So this c7 and c6 both are weakness, permanent weakness. Okay, you can say black has a open b file, but then it's very hard to take advantage of the same.
Correct. Yeah, so it's a positional mistake, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
So, lost a pawn.
lost a pawn, but then again, I don't understand why black is not castling. And okay, you're okay. Maybe due to time pressure, white is
Now
just
bishop
blitzing
takes
out.
rook, right? Bishop takes rook on
Ah,
f1.
yeah, black is better now. But okay,
Okay. Oh, now this is a plan. Siddhant, you cannot take the bishop on d3.
yeah,
H2 check,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a okay. It's a nice, nice trap. Okay,
Okay, what is
but
the point of this move? I think this is a blunder.
this is a blunder for sure. Okay, so both are blitzing out the moves. Yeah, we can just quickly go to top board.
Yeah.
Let's see who's making a streak. Okay. Okay, after a defeat, Daksh.
So Dakshit is currently leading the board. He's playing from black against a newborn Cantor, and here's the game going in front of us.
Okay.
So this is the advantage of when you are playing arena tournament. Now, if you see Daksh rating is 1255, and we have a lot of players who are about 2000 as well, right? But if you win continuous in a streak, you get a chance to actually win the tournament also. So it's
Yeah.
not like if anyone is top rated player, he's going to win or he or she is going to win. But everyone has chance. It's just that you have to win games in streak.
I think
Once again,
white
I'm
has a
only
better
guessing
grip
about
over
the
the
king.
center.
Yeah. Rook e8 was better, right? Instead of rook e8.
Yes. Okay, so
now
white
I
has
think
finally
black
castled.
can get a pawn.
Okay, center pawns are too, I mean, too dangerous. White is okay,
No,
but
but
then he loses this.
those pawns will fall. Yeah. Okay, why not queen takes pawn?
Okay, maybe he's trying for some mating idea. Maybe queen a5 and then queen a2, hoping that knight moves and then you can mate. Uh, but yeah, that is not a bad plan. I mean, queen a5 at time
Queen
pressure, the
h5.
opponent will really move the knight. Yeah. So okay, here knight d7 is yeah, it's a good move, and idea is okay, it's a check. Okay, you can just move your king. Okay, now there is a tension. Rook. Okay, but then yeah, loses a piece.
So Abhishek, can you just go a couple of moves back when the queen gives a check on e6, and we will try to explain the viewers what is the best move here. Queen gives check on e6. Queen gives check on e6. Yeah,
So the knight is under attack. Yeah.
yeah. And the knight is under attack as well as the king is under check. So the only good move here is either queen f7 or rook f7,
Rook f7.
so that you can save the king from the check as well as you can defend the knight on d7.
So to keep the
Exactly.
game, of course, rook f7 because queen exchange, then it's pretty easy for white. I mean, but then yeah, okay.
Okay, the
I
queen
think
attacks.
So now,
white has a clear edge to win this now. Can we
yeah, we'll
go
move
to
on
some
now.
other
Yeah,
game?
yeah, sure. Yeah. White has a material advantage, right? Quite decisive.
Yes. So we are on the leaderboard. Okay, so we are getting a request from Vihan Dikshit. We'll go to their game now.
Sure.
I can't find their username actually. Parents, please try to type the accurate username to find your kid as earliest you want. We can go through the game of Ayansh Singh. Okay, so Ayansh is playing from white against Chidu B, who is playing from black. But there is a big rating difference of around 400 points. What is your take on this position?
Yeah, you need to open up the game, Abhishek.
Yes.
Okay, so this is an interesting position. A knight bishop versus rook.
Yeah.
Uh,
But then there are 2 pawns, right? White is up 2 pawns. So
Definitely.
materially, I think it's fine. But when you look at the position, I would always prefer 2 pieces for a rook. But
Definitely.
again, it's quite complex.
But now that c pawn is also losing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If you
mean,
lose the pawns, then obviously black will win.
because piece is a piece.
Yeah. So this is for viewers. 2 pieces, 2 minor pieces in this position. If you see one knight and one bishop against a rook. Oh, okay.
That was a free.
Yeah. Again. Again, there was a mistake. Yeah, huge mistake. Yeah. Now this should be very easy for black unless black blunders. Black should win this game because black has
Correct.
2 pieces, 2 minor pieces against a rook, which should be a win.
I would like to highlight the fact that white is just having like 36 seconds. How are these kids going to handle the time pressure? That's one of the curiosity I had in my head.
Yeah, you have to be super quick now.
Yes, they do have advantage, but how good they can bear and handle the situation calmly, that is going to make a big difference in this position.
Correct.
And there
So
is
in this
definitely
position,
going
what
to
I would
be
do, Abhishek, sorry for interrupting. If I am black, as I have 2 pieces, the easiest thing that I would do is I will roll my d pawn and try to make it queen because it's a
yes,
pass pawn, right? That is the easiest way to win the game. Just roll your pawn.
exactly.
Don't care about anything else. Oh, this is not advisable. You're blocking your own pawn with your king.
King, that's
So
a
everyone knows
passer
about
needs to be free.
promotion. Yeah, it's time to implement it. Come on.
Okay, but then you lose the d pawn as well.
Yeah. Now this is difficult. Considering the pawn, considering the time that black has. Okay, I think we can go to the next game now.
This is lost.
Yes. So we have Cathawk Fishy's request coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
So Cathawk Fishy is playing against Arush Tipnis, and Cathawk is playing from white. Arush is playing from black, and currently their bleeds rating is not established.
Okay.
Yes. So, Siddhant sir, how do you look at this position? Which side would you prefer?
Wow, this is very nice because all the pawns, if you see, uh, if white would have had a dark square bishop, this would have been amazing because all the pawns of black are on light squares, if you see. So dark square weakness is there, but the problem is there is no dark square bishop for white. And now black is definitely better because the knight has a very good outpost. Now this bishop captures knight because in a close position, knight is always stronger than a bishop. So here you can just take the knight, okay, and okay, he'll take with the pawn, but then knight
Abhishek, you
g5
can
is very
highlight it.
strong. Knight g5 is very strong. There is king, okay, not right now. Take it and then knight g5 because f3 and h3 both are weak. Okay, now also still bishop. Okay, why they are repeating moves, I don't know.
Threefold repetition. Unexpected, but yeah.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah. Okay, they
So for
decided
Vivo's
to share
default
the game, I
position
guess.
is a draw, right? Wherein both the players commit the same set of moves for 3 times. The game ends in a draw.
Okay. We are going to go with the Arush game right now. Arush 2456.
Mm-hmm.
And they're competing against Shivansh. Shivansh is
Okay.
playing from black and Arush is playing from white. Oh, the game has already ended right now.
So what happened?
Yes.
Just
So
lost the
the game has
queen.
ended in the opening itself.
So was it a resignation from a player?
Yes, the black has resigned.
Oh. So this is something
Because
that
he,
is advice, right? Kids should never resign their game. They should play till the end, fight till the end, right? Rather than giving up.
Okay, so black tried, the reverse scholar's checkmate kind of a position.
Hmm.
And the black ended up blundering their queen, which led to.
Correct, correct, correct.
But I think they should still fight till the end rather than giving up. If you are a human and if you can make the mistake, your opponent is also a human, so you should have faith in humanity.
Yeah, yeah. No point in giving up, right? You should play till the end and
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Okay. We can head to the next
Yeah,
request.
the next one, yeah.
So, yes. Now, we are getting a request from Arnav Dham.
Mm-hmm.
Arnav Dhama. And they are playing against Advik New. Advik is playing from the pieces of black, and Arnav Dhama is playing from the pieces of white.
Okay. Can you just open up the game, Abhishek?
Yes, there it is.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Look at the Black's King's position. I'm a bit worried. And
Oh,
you have
the game
another
has
attack, right?
ended. The white resigned. The black has resigned because their queen was hanging before a fork.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there was a
So can you
fork
explain
coming
a
in
bit what
with.
is a fork here?
Yes, a fork is when one of our piece targets two of the opponent's pieces at the same time, and because our opponent only gets one move, in one move they can only save one piece at a time, and they need to give the other piece. So their king is being attacked, their queen is being attacked. They have to save the king, and the queen is going to fall in the next move. But
Exactly.
white did not directly took the queen, and rather came up with bishop to g4 check.
Again, this is a good move, right? Because you are giving a check. Next move, you can capture the queen with the knight.
Exactly. White is developing with the tempo. So brilliant presence of mind, I would say. And then probably
Yeah.
we can grab the queen in the next move. But the
Correct.
game has ended. Okay, we'll head on to the next game now. So we are continuously getting a request from Mr. Chess Forever. I'm not knowing the name of the kid, but I'll just share the game right away. So Vivek Chand is playing from white, and Mr. Chess Forever is playing from black.
Okay, got it. So again, I can see both the kings are still at the center of the board. Okay, great. Black castle. I love
I
it.
really like black's position because yeah, the simple idea knight g5, g4, and then knight f2. Knight g4, knight f2 is straight plan.
Correct.
So usually when the f pawn is eliminated, okay, and any of the side castles, I mean, it is very easy for attacking. I mean, it can go both the sides. But the fact is, black is really better because the king is still at the center of white. Yeah, just knight g4 maybe, and f2. Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
they have
So that's the
spotted.
black.
Yeah.
So many possibilities now because I can see the all the black pieces are well developed, right? They we can attack.
Maybe rook f2 is more stronger. Okay, rather because
Yeah.
knight f2, rook g1, and okay, this is a one move attack. So that's what we make our kid understand at the higher level that what you need to think after a move, what your enemy is going to play, what your opponent is going to play, and then what is your next plan. So brilliant, yeah, rook f2.
The kid
It's
has spotted
almost
the move.
yeah, almost trapping the queen because queen only has. I mean, it can go on b5 maybe. Then yeah, but then queen f6 is very strong.
There are so many possibilities coming up
Yeah.
because of the vulnerable position of the white king.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This is great,
No,
right?
no. No, I mean, Yeah, there was knight
There was knight e3, but even this is a good
I3
move.
directly. Yeah.
Students, so we should take a big learning whenever you will go through the stream after completing your games. Please make sure you don't leave your king in the center like this, because your king is going to be unsafe and vulnerable, and this could lead to your king's checkmate. So please make sure you castle as quick as possible.
Okay, it's a
That
mate.
is one advice.
Okay, it's not a mate, but then yeah, I mean, that lost.
It's
Yeah, the
not
position
even
is
less
solid,
than a
right?
mate.
Knight can block.
Yes.
Well, you can simply play rook takes g2, right?
Yes, we can simply continue. We can bring more pieces into the battle, and like everything is fine and well sorted for the
Yeah,
black.
yeah, absolutely. We can move on to the next game because this looks like a very good position for black.
Exactly. So we'll go to the next game now. Now, okay. So I'll give a quick overview of the leaderboard. The
Sure.
Sankeet
Yeah.
is leading the leaderboard with 20 points. Then we have Arna Dhruvan with on the second position with 16 points. Then we have Arnav Dhama with 15 points on the third position,
Great.
Dakshit on the fourth position, and Samik Shantosh on the fifth position with 12 points. So these kids are really showing their
The top three players right now, okay, they are undefeated, right? Not lost a single
yes,
game. That's
yes.
quite
Arnav
commendable.
then again had some draws probably, but the first two kids are like completely undefeated.
Hmm.
So
They are
maybe
just
now they
carrying
have the
the.
pairing against each other. Maybe they have a pairing against each other. So okay, the
Dakshit
board
is
three and
going
board
against
four is
Arnav Dhama. Can we take that game?
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
please,
sure.
please. The top
Okay,
players are
I'm
playing.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
the rating
so
difference is way much, but then yeah,
But look
white
at the
is
pawn.
Arnav. Yeah.
Oh,
So Arnav's rating is not established yet. It's yet a question mark. So their rating might even fall soon. But yes, both players are looking really. Oh,
oh small back rank mate.
on the
That
back
that's
rank
that's
mate.
a shocker, right? Ah.
Yeah, that was a
Can you
shocker.
just
We
go
are
a
just
couple
like
of
looking
moves?
at the position and the game just ended in the
Can you
meantime.
just go a couple of moves back?
Yes,
That was the
sure.
only chance of black. Okay, that was the only chance
Ah.
of black.
Oh, okay. That was a small little trap from black.
Yeah, black not
Inviting
sacrificed
white
as
to
well. They
capture. Yeah.
just created temptation to take, and the position just fell within the
Right.
blinks
So
of
what
eyes.
happened here is a back rank checkmate, right, Abhishek?
Yes, the
So
king
we
got stuck
always
on the back
recommend,
rank.
yeah. So we
Yes,
recommend kids to play either G3 or F3 or H3, right? So that the king has
H3
a
is
space to move on. Yeah.
H3 is commonly
yeah.
played. Yeah.
H3 is common, right?
H3 is recommended to avoid any of the opponent's pieces entry, and yeah, you can just stop their pieces, and you yeah. Okay,
Correct. H3 should
should we
have
head
been.
to the next game?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Perfect. Okay, good game by both. Okay, so now
Anyone?
let's take a request. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now we are again getting a request from the Vihan Dikshit, but I'm not able to find the kid's name. Uh, Please type the correct username. Okay, we got it. Okay,
Okay, let's
so
go through. Yeah.
yes, Vihan is playing from the pieces of black, and Samagra is playing from the pieces of white.
Yeah, so materially, I think both the kids are doing fine. Correct. There's a bishop on both sides of the board, equal number of
There is
pawns.
queen c6. There is queen c6.
Yeah, queen c6. Yeah.
A brilliant defense by the black immediately, trying to eliminate the opponent's attacking piece with their defensive piece.
Okay, so here, okay, so f2 is losing. I mean, f2 pawn is losing. So instead of here, a very important. Can you just go one move back? A couple of moves back. Yeah. Here, white has to play f3, idea bishop g1 because that's a bad bishop, right? So exchange the bishop, yeah, f3 idea, bishop g1, and exchange the, because black has a strong bishop, white has a bad bishop. So again, a little advanced topic, but then yeah, definitely piece exchanging is a very important thing.
So, Abhishek and Siddhant, what we always guide our students is if your opponent's bishop, right, is on dark squares, in the end game, try to keep your pawns, try to plant your pawns on light squares. So the bishop can never capture your pawns.
Correct.
So in this case, if white had played f3, the bishop can never capture the pawn on f3. Because that is the limitation of how the bishop moves.
Yes, and
Because
that is the reason
a
why
small thing, because of there is no rook f1. Rook f1 looks good move, but then there is an intermediate move with a check, which is bishop to e3. Yeah,
Yeah.
very important.
I will
Or
say
else
that.
then of course rook infiltrates on rook f7. Okay, and then suddenly king goes passive, and then yeah, white has counterplay. But then this in between move, bishop check, is very important in this case.
Correct.
This is okay.
Oh. Now the rook has entered. Rook on
Now the
7
rook is entered. Rank, yeah.
a7 is falling, right? Okay, saved a7 fall. Correct. Can we go on to the next game?
yes, sure. So we'll head on to the next game. Now we are getting a request from Yedita, so we are going to take her game. Yedita is playing from black against Satvik, who is playing from white.
Okay.
Black is completely lost. No, nothing to play, right? There's no counterplay at all.
Yes, and black
White-
is also
white
under
was
the
here.
heavy time pressure.
Free piece. Yeah, we can switch on to next game. Yeah, this is dead lost.
We'll take the next game now. Okay, we are getting a request from Arav UK again, so we'll give it a glance quickly.
Sure.
Arav is playing from black against Afnan. The rating difference is of around 400 points, and Afnan is playing as white, Arav is playing as black. So, what is your take on this position?
I'm not able to see this game. Like, have you opened it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, this is lost.
oh. Now it's very easy for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, white is a clear queen up.
Yes.
So again, this is a concept of safe square, as we discussed before. Whenever you move your piece, ensure that you move your piece to a safe square so that your opponent doesn't capture your piece for free.
So here an important thing, the rook immediately should. So you need to know how to finish off your game pretty quickly. You know that you are winning. Yeah, now that rook c3 and okay, but then
Wait. Oh, this is easy, right? I think this mate is unavoidable. Yeah.
Yes, it was
No, it was.
unavoidable,
It
and
was.
now
If he plays d6, then bishop controls.
So Abhishek, can you explain why this is a mate?
yes, I can. So basically, the black's king had only one square to go, which was the h7. And basically, to win the game, we have to trap the king and then we have to attack the king. The king should have no squares to move. So when the rook went on h3, it attacked the square where the king was standing and where he had the last potential to go. Now, as all the potential has been taken from the king away, he has fully got trapped and he has no legal ways to save itself, which is a checkmate.
Yeah.
Abhishek, one more checkmate in this situation. Instead of rook, can you please find?
Queen
Because
h6,
let's
right?
queen h6. Because let's say opponent plays d6, so the a3 square is been now defended by the bishop. Yeah, so rook, of course, a3 will be a mistake. But then
Yeah,
h6
queen
will
h6
be,
is another.
yeah.
Great move that the kid can find. Okay, let's go to the next game. Now we can start taking, let's say, CBV. There is a request coming in. I don't know the name of the kid, but definitely we can give you a glance of the game. So BV is playing from white, and Advik is playing from the pieces of black.
Oh wow, but it's a time pressure, huh? Let's see.
There is extreme time pressure on both the sides, and I think Advik is struggling a bit more with that.
Again, the easiest way to win this game is promote your pawn, make another queen, so that it will be very easy for you to mate the opponent's king with 2 queens.
Okay, but he's trying for stalemate, huh? No, but okay, he'll lose on time. He'll lose on time.
Yeah.
Oh. Tried pretty well, but yeah.
I think this would have been easy for white, right? Because white is promoting the pawn. In next 3 moves, you get another queen. Once you have 2 queens on the board, it should be easy. Unless you do a checkmate.
And when you are playing an online tournament, the concept of pre-moves can also come into these kind of situations, I guess.
Yeah. Contributing to lots of stalemates.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we have. Okay, we have Elin Chalian's request coming in.
Sure. Go through this game, yeah.
So Elin Chalian is playing from the pieces of white against Hinel Govla playing as black.
Okay, but I don't see a queen for white on the board.
Yeah.
Yes, the queen has
There
fell
is
out
not
of the
enough
position.
compulsion for the queen lost. Yeah. So queen is the strongest piece for you, right? You have to ensure that you don't lose your queen so easily. Because once you lose your queen, yeah, it's very difficult to come back in the game.
Okay, f6. Opponent thinks that he'll go bishop to h4, and idea is okay, but then
Again, a blunder, right? Queen captures bishop. It's a free bishop.
captures bishop.
Yes,
Queen captures bishops. The knight is under attack. Has to
the
play
bishop has
g3.
got blundered and knight is also hanging.
Okay, now there is no knight f3. There is queen g2 mate coming.
Oh
so
yes,
maybe
G3 is a huge threat.
g3, but then you lose h3 also.
Yes.
Okay, this is lost. Yeah, I mean we can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
we can
lose the
go to
knight
the
on
next
the
game.
It's difficult, right? You cannot lose your queen like this. You have to be very
Yes,
careful.
you need to be a bit slower. Even if it is a bleed scheme, kids, we recommend you to go a bit slower and use your time wisely. Okay.
No, the thing I like about a black player is he was thinking at the time of winning also. So even though he was winning, but he was trying to find the best moves. So that is very
Yes.
important.
Yes. Yeah. You should take the time and play. Okay, we have the request coming in from the Sankeet. He has lost his first game after a big streak on the board. Should we go
Okay,
through the new game?
Okay, so you see Afnan has, I believe, went berserk last game. So that is the
Yeah.
reason he got 5 points.
And he even managed to defeat his opponents after Berserking, which is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's just amazing to see that coming in from a kid.
That competition, yeah, he wants to try for the first thing. So if he wins this game, so can we check Afnan's current game? Let's see if he's better.
Oh, the game has already been ended, and yes, Afnan has lost this game. But yeah, this is the position we have for now. Okay, so they have also got back ranked, which is like one thing we can again highlight. And yeah.
So Abhishek, I believe back rank checkmate is the most common type of checkmate, right? We see it in every other game happening.
Yes. We would recommend kids to move one of the pawns near your king. The cornered pawn, moving it by one step, I think is the best solution to fix the back rank. Or you need to leave one of your rooks on the back rank in order to defend it. There is like these two ways that you can try to follow up.
Okay, can you open the top board? Who's the top boards?
Like this one? Okay.
Sankeet, right?
So Sankeet is playing against Dakshit. Now two of the top players are taking on each other.
Can you open
And
the game?
here's the game. Yes. Sankeet is playing from the pieces of white and Dakshit is playing from the pieces of black. There is a huge rating difference of 400 points.
So white is a rook up, right? A plain rook up, yeah.
Yes, a plain rook up.
If the knight was not on
That's
h6, there was anesthesia mate coming up.
Yeah. What is your take on this position? Like, what would you suggest the black pieces to continue for the time being?
The idea is, I mean, now there is knight f6 also coming into play. Knight f6 is very powerful. The fact that okay, if pawn takes queen h6 is there, and there is there is rook f4, there is rook g5, g4, and then there is also a mating idea. So basically, knight f6 is very strong over here. Yeah, he can go knight f6 right away. Right. Let's see if he goes knight f6. If he goes knight f6, definitely he's into that zone. Let's see.
And also, backward is awkward, but maybe Dakshit was not left with a lot of choices on the board.
When you're a whole rook up,
Okay, you know. Okay, can you go one move back? Okay, this is lost. How cool is rook f6, Pratik? Instead of go back. Okay, he played queen h4, right? Rook
Yeah,
f6. How's rook f6?
Rook f6 sounds great. Yeah.
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 Okay, rook
even
f6
that's
idea.
a brilliant approach.
Yeah, because now there is knight f6 unstoppable. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a force
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was force mate.
Okay, there's a mate I think which has came up. We'll quickly take our viewers through that.
Sure.
So basically, Sankeet tried trading off the pieces when he had material advantage. But I think Dakshit
Maybe mouse slip.
probably blundered. Yes, mouse slip was there
It has to be mouse.
particularly.
Has to be
Yes,
mouse.
because kids at the top of the leaderboard will not do such kind of thing intentionally. And Sankeet had just an easy take on the pawn and a mating threat.
Correct.
Yes, and he figured out the ladder checkmate. Okay, we'll head on to the next game. So we are getting a request from Kailash.
Okay.
Yeah, we can quickly go through this game. Yes.
So here's the game. Kailash is playing against Parth. Kailash is playing as white. Parth is playing as black, and there is negligible rating difference between each other.
Yeah, but I can
Amongst
see that
both of
white is
them.
a piece up, right?
Piece up. Yeah. Simple piece
Yes.
up. Yeah, maybe rook and
Also, I would like to highlight the broken pawn structure.
No, this is a nice thing Kailash is doing. If you're a piece up, always try to exchange as many pieces as possible. Because if you exchange, at the end game, that one piece is going to win you the game. So keep things simple. Yeah, life will be simple. Yeah, true. Okay, and then pawn march.
Yeah, the e pawn should queen now. Yeah. Very good, very good. White is making fantastic moves.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Should we take a look at another game or should we continue with this?
We can go ahead
We
with
can
the-
look at the second. Who's trying to catch up Sankir? Oh, wow.
Yes, it's
Who's this?
Samik Shantosh, but they have
Samik
taken a pause for the time being.
Mhm.
The end, how you can take a pause, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. There is we are getting a request from Hinal Kovda. Should we go through their game?
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
sure.
Yes.
after this, we'll quickly
So-
take a glance because it's the final 10 minutes. So we'll take a glance from the
Yeah.
lower board and then we'll go to the higher board.
Perfect. So this is probably the last request we are taking in. Okay, so here's the game. Dakshit is playing as white and Hinal is playing as black.
Okay, we are in the.
There's a
opening
slight-
stage. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a slight difference of rating between both the players of 200 points.
Okay, Hinal took a lot of time in opening. I mean, 1.5 minutes for 4-5 moves. So opening, of course, if you follow the opening principles, you won't require much time. You can save that time and energy in the middle game to plan out certain things because now, okay. So what do you say, Abhishek? Bishop takes bishop?
Yeah. white
Bishop
is-
takes bishop and bishop b6 both are playable in this position. Bishop b6 and after bishop takes, the black gets that open file for the rook, and after bishop takes, there are double pawns for the white in the center. And that open file coming with that, the double pawns.
Yeah, but Abhishek, in this position, I would never recommend bishop takes bishop, right? Because that f file, which will open up, eventually can get very dangerous for black.
Yes, yes,
Right,
definitely.
right. So I
Yes.
believe bishop b6 is a very natural and safe move. Just
Yes.
So
dropping the bishop.
in my games also, I tried opponent to capture. I mean, I feel that opponent should capture because okay, there is double pawn, but that pawn is a triangulation pawn, so it's not actually a double pawn. It's actually if I've just pushed d, it can be a two passers at the center. At the same time, rook gets an open file.
Correct, correct.
So yeah, definitely.
And
Okay, now that's a good
also
move.
the fact that there can be sacrifices on the f6 by the rook in the
For
future. So
for
yeah, that makes it too dangerous.
This is again a good move because the
yeah, good
knight
move.
is pinned. So what black is trying to do, black is trying to put additional pressure on the f3 knight. Yeah.
So bishop has to take the knight. Important, and of course, a lot of players will take it with the pawn, but it's wrong. You should take it with the bishop. You should not never block your own pieces. Okay,
So
see, this is the
now the
game.
bishop becomes a bad bishop.
Bad piece. Yeah.
Yes.
Because what kids' mindset is that pawns when they attack, okay, it's a big thing. It's a psychological thing. But it's just one move attack. But okay, black is trying to pressurize the pinned piece. So he's following whatever is being taught, yeah, how to pressurize the pinned piece. And okay, but white's light square bishop is very strong, yeah. I
There is
mean,
en
even if you
passant on c3 if black can figure out.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's gone. I think the game has just continued.
Mm-hmm. Black has to do
okay,
something with bishop. Yeah.
okay. Now maybe rook h5 was strong. Okay, now rook h5 and then pawn. Oh yeah, queen h5. Sorry, my bad. Queen h5 and then pawn f5 is really strong. Yeah, actually it was game over.
Yes.
I believe queen h5 and then pawn f5 was game over.
Okay. So in the last 5 minutes, we are going to focus on the leaderboard.
The only
Should
drawback
we
that
take?
is black's position is the bishop. The bishop on b6. I think, yeah.
And it's trap only, no?
Tap now.
Oh, it has got trapped.
Yeah. So good play by white. Trapping
Yeah.
the black's position.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we go to the next game?
Rook also
Yes.
has open. This is nice.
So the next
Okay, so
request we are getting is from Samyan.
Sure, we can quickly go through the game. Yeah.
so Samiksha is also now, I guess. Okay, top two are really. Let's see who wins.
Yeah. Yes. So currently Samyan is playing from the white pieces and he's going against Arna Dhruvan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the position we have for the time.
So white is a piece up. Yeah.
Yes.
But black has 2 pawns for a piece. But any given point of time, piece is a piece, right? Piece is more powerful than 2 or 3 pawns.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
So here bishop to d5 is a very strong move.
Yeah.
Yeah, bishop
Yes.
because you are a piece up, you need to exchange more pieces. So bishop d5 is 4 is actually no.
So pawn to b3 and bishop takes bishop.
Has to take with the rook. Do not. That's good. Okay, now white also has to be very sure because if he moves the queen on the second rank, the a1 rook is hanging. The rook on a1 with the queen is hanging. Yeah, so
Right.
yeah,
White has to be careful here.
white has to be careful here.
Good.
Okay, good move. Good move.
So white should simply play bishop d5, correct, Siddhant? And try to
Yeah.
just exchange the pieces. I think this is good for white now.
Yeah, this is good for white because queen f3. Okay. Queen f3 was more forcing.
Yeah.
Yes.
The c4 bishop is very well placed.
Okay, this is good. So maybe bishop b1 and then queen d3 would be a very nice idea. Bishop
Yeah,
b1,
there are lots
queen
of
d3.
possibilities, right? Because the rook is on the third rank. So the rook can move. It can go to g3, it can move to e3. Lots of possibilities here for white.
Yes. So rook g3 is going to, is going to, going to create a force exchange on the board.
Okay,
White
they are
can-
repeating. Okay, they're
Okay,
repeating.
black is looking to,
But
they are
black should be
repeating
happy with
actually.
this draw.
Yeah, black is going to
Black
be
should be
completely
playing.
fine with the repetition of moves. I certainly believe that. Oh,
Oh.
Okay,
no,
why?
we are not,
But even they have a
not
lot of
sure.
time as well, right?
Probably because they are in the last few minutes of the game, so they want to gather as many points as they can
But black
to
avoided the
improve
draw.
their positioning on the leaderboard.
Okay, so we are continuing.
Okay.
Now queen 3, right? Queen to d3.
D3, yeah, queen
Yes.
D3. Let's see, but if
Queen
he
d3
plays
is a
queen,
disaster.
let's see if he plays queen D3. Okay,
Oh,
queen
yes.
D3
Yes.
played nice.
They have found the move.
Oh.
Okay, but now that there's no mate though. Okay, what I'll play is I'll play bishop g6. Okay, bishop g6 is much powerful.
Yeah, there are some possibilities. You can simply play queen h8 check, then you capture the pawn on g7. Oh yes.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't want the king to run. I mean, okay, there is this because okay, king d7, king c8. Then again, I have to
Queen takes
because the queen
f7 is a mate
eventually.
right now. Okay, now but the king managed to obviously escape to the
Oh,
other
now
side of the
you have
board.
bishop f5.
Ah,
Play
bishop.
f5.
Yes.
Bishop
Oh,
f5 is
fantastic.
bishop f5 is
Once the king is exposed, then you can like do a lot of tactics on the king as well and the other pieces.
Yeah, king is the most important piece on the chessboard. You need to ensure that your king is safe.
So, okay, more pressure. Yeah, I mean, this is lost. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to the next.
Okay, let's go to the final board. We
Okay,
have last 2
let's
minutes.
go to the
Okay, wow,
leaderboard.
this is amazing.
Last 2 minutes are remaining, 91 participants, and let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Okay,
We
so the
can't go through the whole board.
increased from 80 to 91.
Yes, there are like
What do you
11
think?
more participants right now.
What do you think, Pratik? Okay, Samiksha overtook.
Oh,
Sanskrit.
wow.
Oh
And
wow,
eventually-
Samik Santosh is playing fine, yeah.
Samik Santosh. Yeah, Samik Santosh.
Yes.
And he
34
paused
points,
the
and
tournament.
they're still on a pause if you realize that.
No. Right now he paused it. He
Oh,
eventually
I think
won
Yeah.
the last game and he
another
paused it.
right? You won't get paired.
Yes. So brilliant comeback by Samik Santosh and newborn Centaur.
Can we
These
check
guys have like
newborn
really
because
played
he
fine.
newborn went berserk last
Yeah.
game. So let's
Yeah.
see. Again he's went berserk. Let's see if he can win in berserk.
Yeah.
He
Okay, the
did.
game has
Actually,
already ended and he has won actually,
He
to
again
our surprise.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So he managed to get a ladder checkmate on both sides from the both sides.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, amazing. Let's keep an eye on the leaderboard because we are into the last 1 minute. And this is going to be the decider of this whole tournament that we are streaming from last an hour.
So do you
So
think the
this is
top
definitely going to be amazing.
with less than 1 minute?
It can if the game is going on, but then
No, AK 513 is not competing against anyone. Sanket is
Sanket-
yet competing against Arjun, which is
Can you-
one of our
can you open
good,
his game?
student. Yeah,
Can
definitely.
you open it?
Yeah. So please go through the game.
But eventually in 30 seconds he has to win or else that
Yeah,
won't be-
I don't see any possibility of anyone winning.
No, you have to play knight g4. Come on, black has to play knight g4.
Yeah, Black could have played knight g4 easily, finding the mating threat on
Can you
h2.
show the move, Abhishek? Knight g4 and then go.
Yeah,
for
why
queen
not? Definitely.
That
There
is
it
the
is.
only possibility of winning in less than 30 seconds.
Yeah. because your opponent
Actually,
is just like blitzing their moves, and you can take advantage of
Yeah,
that
yeah, you
factor,
never know, right?
setting
You
up a
have to.
simple silent mating attack. Yeah, okay. So
Oh yeah,
the
fantastic.
tournament has ended, and we have the top three of our leaderboard. So at the third position, we have AK 513 with
That's great.
10 games played on the board and 28 points secured during the
And
whole
win
hour.
rate, Abhishek, is 90% for AK5.
90%.
Yeah, the win rate is just really
That's
amazing.
commendable, right?
90%
Only
is not
one
a small
loss.
number.
Only
Then we
one
have
loss.
Sankeet with 31 points on the second position, and the win rate. Okay, but here we see the Sankeet has got like he has got 82% of win rate in the 11 games played, and then we finally have Samik Shantosh, who has played 12 games with the win rate of 83%. So we congratulate all the toppers of our leaderboard, and we really appreciate your play. Also, we congratulate each and every participant of this tournament. It's not about winning, but it's about consistently practicing and improving. I guess showing up here was also a big thing that you guys did, and I would love to see you in the upcoming tournaments as well.
Yeah, thank you everyone for participating, and thank you Abhishek for hosting this. Right, so we had a great time, and I believe that our viewers enjoyed. So
Definitely.
yeah,
Yes,
so for
I will
all the kids,
quickly
you
take
need
the
to practice
audience
improving.
through. Yeah, I will quickly take the audience through the top 10 of our leaderboard because the other kids have not played lesser than the top three. So we are definitely going to take. So we have at the 10th position, we have Arna Dhruvan. At the ninth position, we have Samyan. At the 8th position, we have Nithilin. At the 7th position, we have Manvik. At the 6th position, we have Afnan. At the 5th position, we have Newborn Cantor. Then we have Arna Dhruvan at 4. And you already know our 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, that's great. So thanks Abhishek, and thank you everyone for joining, and see you next week.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you,
Yeah.
Pradeep.
We'll meet in the next week with the same excitement and the same insights. Thanks for tuning in. Take care till then. Good night and have a good time.